Then we have from AB7. We have beloved Edgar R. Escalante and Peter Travis from AB7. From GA7, we have Griggy Magdadalo. We have from Task for Life, Tony Bali. And basically, the reason why these two gentlemen and one lady from Manila are here, because this is in relation to our ongoing fight against XB. Considering this week is the last week of the session in Congress until Thursday night, there might be a possibility that this can be tackled. Already the RS bill is one of the priority bill of the president of this country. That's why this is part of our ongoing information campaign all over the country. In fact, these young people there will be going from places to places just to promote the agenda of the pro-life advocacy. Now, may I present to you on my extreme left, we have Peter Pardo, the National Capital Region Head for the Youth Ministry. That's the entire Metro Manila and the surrounding dioceses there, including Palawan. Next to him is she's not from Korea, but from Manila. Please welcome Miss Eileen Steven, who is the president of Youth p-noy. And on my direct left is Mr. Kiboy Tawala. Kita na to ang mga pinidyoan nila, mga Cebuano kayo, Bisaya kayo, kung ganda mo kayo Tagalog na. Bisaya na di ba? Di ato, pwede namin natin kung hapong pagkaman na manistak sa mo. Anyway, again, they are here for specific purpose. They want to tell us why the group are supporting the church stand in the fight against RSP. I'd like to give this microphone to Peter on my screen.
Good afternoon, and we are here, as Dr. said, we wanted to invite the young people to join us in this advocacy because we believe that this issue of the RH is more than just a religious issue. This will directly affect no other than the young people and even the generations that will come after us. Later, probably we can discuss with you what are the provisions in the RH bill that we strongly oppose. But as for the introduction, again, for the part of the NCR, including the Diocese of Imus and Apostolic Vicariate of Palawan, Puerto Princesa and Taytay, we are here to manifest our strong opposition against the RH bill.
Ngayong hapon po, ngayong hapon Cebu, I'm AB7 from Youth p-noy. We are here actually for two things. Number one is to campaign with our fellow youth to be vigilant. Know what the RH bill is really all about. You know, there are a lot of sugarcoating, there's a lot of things that they say that doesn't really what it says. So, you have to be vigilant, you have to know what the bill is really for and what it will imply for the future. And we also come here to ask the help of our fellow youth to actually use our right of suffrage come 2013 to use your vote very wisely and support our legislators. You are very, very lucky here in Cebu to have legislators who are all pro-life. And maybe one, according to what I've heard, is that you have one legislator here who's not voting for the RH and who's going to abstain because he strongly believes that RH should be passed. But generally, Cebu people are very lucky to have legislators to be opposing the bill. So let us use our vote wisely and support the legislators who are going to oppose this bill that is against life. against the future of the youth. Thank you very much.
So, may hapon, ako, Bisaya kasi ito actually. So, akong Davao, pero ako sa UP for college. So basically, I'm UP Diliman actually. So basically, I'm here to represent Up for Life, or the University of the Philippines for Life. This group, isa kanina grupo of faculty, students, staff, and alumni of the University of the Philippines system. And we have chapters in the different campuses of the University of the Philippines all throughout the country. So basically, the reason why we came forward and created a group that's against the RH bill is to counter, the image kay usapin mo people would think basta UP gani liberal, basta UP progressive, basta UP aktivista, komunista. They have this notion about UP which we think is completely, not completely, which is rather misleading or wrong. Okay, basta UP no lagi pro-RH, basta UP automatic pro-RH bill. So we came forward to tell the public that not everyone in the University of the Philippines are for the RH bill. In fact, there are a good number of the academic community who oppose the RH bill on secular grounds. Na mas hindi mo, diba, mas even without the talk of religion, even without the talk of faith or morals, on purely scientific terms, we can oppose the RH bill. In fact, last May 7, we came out with a statement about May 7 sessions in Congress resumed. We came out with a message. I think we will be sending this out to you later. We came out with a message to our legislators that science would tell us, scientific facts would tell us that we do not need the RH bill anymore. In fact, speaking beyond the terms of science, we must oppose the RH bill not only because of the arguments we have already presented, the tulog na mga arguments, over and over again, and these are very valid arguments. But beyond those arguments, we must remember that the RH bill divides our people. And on that basis, because the RH bill divides our people, we must turn our attention to bills that unite our people. So the RH bill, as we've stated in our message, as it divides our country, kung na-divide din ang country, mas dali na siya i-conquer by other larger nations that have an agenda in our population, in our development. And actually this we have already explained, as I said in the manifesto, which we will make available to you later. So, there.
Just to give you an idea on the scope of the NCR region, NCR regional youth ministry is composed of 8 dioceses, including Archdiocese of Manila, Diocese of Antipolo, Pasig, Parañaque, Cubao, Novaliches, Caloocan, Imus, and as I said, Apostolic Vicaries of Puerto Princesa and Taytay, Palawan. These are composed of different youth commissions based in the parish. For example, one diocese is composed of 3 cities. Like for example, Parañaque is composed of Parañaque, Las Piñas, and Muntinlupa. The same with the other dioceses, they're composed of different cities. So, that's it.
Yeah, many photos, siguro would like to ask our friends if we would have any question to our speakers here. Can throw your questions to these 3 young people in front. So, answer with regards to the advocacy na ilang ibarugan, ilang ipag-isugan, especially with regards to the passage of the controversial RH bill, House Bill 2244 in Congress.
Maybe to start the ball rolling, just so you know what are the points that we're trying to emphasize on what are the things that we are opposing against the RH bill. We will be reading to you the manifesto that we individually, our organizations individually released during the press conference that we first had in Manila, CBCP, when we launched the alliance that we had, different alliance of youth organizations. I'll start with probably the manifesto, the statement released by Youth Pinoy. 4 points on why we are opposing the RH bill. Let me just highlight the 4 points. We are making a stand rejecting the RH bill because it is unconstitutional, and even upon closer analysis, it shows that it will not uphold the rights of women, children, and the youth in the long run. Allow us to outline the several points, especially those that have a direct impact on the youth. Number 1, the promotion and availability of contraceptives will give rise to more cases of teen pregnancies and STDs. We cite the Guttmacher Institute report on contraception towns in 2006, which showed that better access to contraceptives did not lead to lower abortion rates among U.S. teens. The study stressed 72% of low-income teens who cohabitate and rely on condoms will become pregnant within the year, and protection rates against STDs are even worse. We have 1 million unplanned pregnancies in the U.S. every year due to contraceptive failure, half of which results in abortion. Number 2, sex education prescribed by the bill thus is more focused on a contraceptive mentality towards sexuality. The mandatory age-appropriate reproductive health education prescribed by the bill cuts off sexuality from the rest of the human person's totality of mind, emotions, and spirit. We believe that sex education should stress that it is only when we have the healthy and meaningful relationships that we can have healthy and meaningful sexual relations. The sex education proposed, on the contrary, promotes a contraceptive sexuality by choosing to focus on the subject, like the use and application of natural and modern family planning methods to promote reproductive health, achieve desired family size, and prevent unwanted, unplanned, and mistimed pregnancies. Number 3, contraceptives that can be bought over the counter will encourage young people to take more sexual risks that may undermine their future. The RH bill calls hormonal contraceptives, intrauterine devices, injectables, essential medicines that will be available even to students. Some people say that it does not follow that better access to contraceptives will increase risky sexual behavior. We ask the same question. If coke were handed out for free every day, would it increase the coke consumption? We thought so. Number 4, and lastly, we are for natural methods of family planning. Even though the RH bill is not pushing for the legalizing of abortion, it is undeniably promoting contraceptives as an ideal family planning instrument, aside from the little-known adverse physiological side effects of the pill and IUDs, according to George Akerlof, who wrote an analysis on out-of-wedlock childbearing in the United States. Contraceptive use leads to the downgrading of marriage, more extramarital sex, more fatherless children, more single mothers. Many of our parents have made this mistake. Allow us not to do the same. Again, as I close, we stand on the side of the unborn and on the side of life in general. We believe that the idealism associated with the youth is not one of blindness to reality. We stake our claim to a future brighter and more full of light. We made this statement because we are not taking this matter lightly. And through this statement, we are fully supporting the pastoral letter of the CBCP choosing life, rejecting the RH bill. We believe that the RH bill is not simply a matter of religious convictions. It is a decision to uphold what is truly human, humane, and universal. We will be watching with the typical vigor of the youth, and we are ready to be summoned.
Allow me to read to you the consolidated statement of the NCR Youth Ministry on the RH bill. The young people of the National Capital Region, composed of Commission on Youth and Ministries for Youth Affairs of the following: Archdiocese of Manila, Diocese of Parañaque, Diocese of Pasig, Diocese of Antipolo, Diocese of Cubao, Novaliches, Caloocan, Imus, Apostolic Vicaries of Puerto Princesa and Taytay, Palawan, strongly denounce and object in the strongest possible terms the passage of a very divisive bill, House Bill number 4244, also known as the RH Bill. We are mindful that this is far from being a religious issue. Rather, it is an imminent threat to Filipino cultural values regarding human life and morality. This issue affects much of the youth population and the next generations to come who will inherit the negative effects of the RH Bill. We uphold the teachings of the Catholic Church as we choose to live, to value procreation and life, support and promote natural family planning, and we choose to learn in an educated society rooted in values. We uphold the fundamental law, which is the Constitution, as we choose to live in a society that supports freedom of conscience as a fundamental right, discipline rather than shortcuts, eliminates discrimination rather than opening the door to various and detrimental forms of discrimination. Furthermore, we choose to live in a society and a government that does not single out the poor, but explore on concrete ways as to how it can provide job opportunities. Capitalizing on man rather than greed is our call. We uphold that there is no compelling need for the RH Bill, as we choose to live in a society that dispels a contraceptive mentality, for it does not only promote promiscuity, but it renders continence superfluous and put the dignity of the human person and of the transmission of human life and the capacity to love at risk. Lastly, we choose to love ourselves and our neighbor by instilling respect and recognizing our dignity as a human person created in the image and likeness of God. As we have laid down our chosen path, we urge our legislators and the President not to build a ship that is wrecked. Greater for us a leadership, for we won't sell anybody out to buy our future. Aming pinaninindigan na sa aming pagtingin sa RH Bill, ito ay pagsugal ng aming kinabukasan. Ipinakikiusap namin sa inyong mga tinuturoang boses namin sa Kongreso, tulad ng inyong ipinangako noong mga panahong nakiusap kayo sa aming mga boto at ng aming mga magulang. Ibalik niyo na lamang ang inyong atensyon at mahalagang oras sa mga tunay na pangangailangan nang hindi lamang ng mga kabataan, bagkus ng mga taong pinangakuan ninyo ng magandang buhay at matuwid na landas, edukasyon, trabahong marangal at matatag na kinabukasan, isang matuwid at tapat na pamumuno, walang korupsyon at pagnanakaw sa kaban ng bayan. To our young people and all those who love this country, we have come to the crossroads. We have chosen a path, the right path, the path made of a principle that leads to character. Let us not destroy the sanctity and beauty of life. Rather, let us protect it and embrace it. Forever we will show the spirit of the young, the spirit that will never die. Yes to God, no to RH Bill.
So, at this point, basahan ko lang ako itong Youth Manifesto, which our organizations, along with other organizations, signed last May 2nd. And we will endorse this to the youth of Cebu City, and hopefully the youth organizations here will also support this. Actually, one of the reasons why we're reading this out to you this afternoon is so that the whole city will know that there is such a manifesto going around. And I'm pretty sure that I'm looking forward that the youth of Cebu will also will support this and sign this in solidarity with the groups that are already established in Manila. So this youth manifesto was signed last May 7 at the opening of the resumption of sessions in Congress. The youth are the foremost victims of the reproductive health bills pending in both houses of Congress. It is our generation that will face the reality of the many risks that are so intimately involved in this measure. It is our welfare that is on the line, and it is our voice, the voice of the youth, that we seek to be heard today. We are for responsible parenthood, and we do desire to see every Filipino family free from the burdens of poverty. However, spending for a measure to fiddle with demographics is a gross misallocation of scarce resources. Addressing needs for quality education and opportunities for employment hits poverty at its core. Massive government spending for contraception and mandatory sex education in all schools enlivens the risk of aggravating the decline of our demographics, of eroding our values, and of reshaping our society after the designs of foreign intervention. There is no warrant against this, and this is a gamble of our future. We are for reproductive health, and we do intend to shield mothers and their children from the risks of complications at childbirth. However, pregnancy is not the disease that can find a cure in contraception. Massive government spending for products with no health detriments is tantamount to a government serving our people armed. Improving access to pre- and postnatal care, of which the RH bill speaks so scarcely about, addresses maternal mortality directly. The RH bills instead advocate reproductive health by heavily promoting mismoderated use of artificial contraception, neglecting the impracticability and impossibility of a so-called informed choice in the poorest and most populated hospitals and health centers. This ultimately risks the rise in the number of victims of contraceptive failure, the development of a contraceptive mentality, the erosion of family values, and the eventual demand for abortion. There is no warrant against this. This is a gamble of our future. We are for population and development. We are for population management and development, and we do dream of progress. However, genuine progress can never be achieved until our government invests genuinely in our people. Our population is an asset. Government must treat it as an asset. Rural development, entrepreneurship, improved standards of education, expansion of opportunities for employment, intensified thrusts for scientific research and development, cultivation of our own arts and culture. These constitute genuine investments in our people. This is the way to secure our future. While the RH bill posits itself as a comprehensive attempt to relieve our people of a particular ill, it is this very claim of comprehensiveness that blinds it from its cause. We cannot afford to gamble our future. We cannot afford to legislate what constitutes harm to our people. The youth, in defense of our welfare, can and will invest our support in legislators who know how to genuinely invest in us. In solidarity, we declare our opposition to the RH bill. This is our voice. This is our vote.
Okay, so makita nato na gawas kami parehas sa mga grupong batanunan na nagpasa sa Manila. Ang mensahe is not only directed towards the bill, all those who are proposing the bill to become a law, pero nagdala po yung hagit sa nagda unsi kabuhan kay karon ipaigayon na ang eleksyon. Muna atong ihagit sa mga batanon, they're challenging the young people all over the country. Because primarily they are the ones to be affected of the biggest pass. Primarily, they are also the ones who constitute the majority of the voters of 2013 election. They will come up will support, or at the same time, they will make a voice na madungog yun sa mga congressmen na mo ipadala to sa kongreso na usaray katuyuan ng pag-umol o mga balaod. So that's very important that young people must be united aside of being for, they must be challenged, and they have to make sure that they will be fully represented, especially in the coming election. Ang ilan yung kaugmaon, ang ilang timo, paminaw sa itong mga kandidato will be running for Congress by this year's election. Tunay Kautana, from the Prima, or from Cebu, or from our friends from the ABS. This point, we have heard already the stand, individual and common stand, as read by the two manifestos na ipang-pirmahan o ipang-wad-wad tipo Pilipinas. Manifestos kapatanunan, why not whatever's point of view. Dili kay Katoliko, dili kay simbahan, dili kay religious, but ang ilang nakita nila, ang ilang kaubangon is be the one at stake. Especially the point of demography, which is very, very basic. How can any country economically develop or improve kung imalat yun ang iyang demography? And we know for a fact that it is true that in the whole of Asia, about 2 or 3 countries nila nabiling na may capacity paglagan sa ilang population growth rate and total fertility rate. And but we didn't like it or not, less than 10 years, Philippines will surely become one of the members of the so-called zero population growth areas. In fact, we're so happy, even our some sectors in our government even acknowledge the positive population growth is the key to further development of the Philippines even in the coming decades to come. So again, I'd like to thank our friends from media for coming over, for listening. This stand for young people, and I hope their message will reverberate in the coming weeks. Kaya ang 2013 election will be very, very crucial for the Senate, for the Congress, and even to the local executives.
If many teens are sexually active, don't you think the RH bill is just responding to the needs of young people? Okay. Realistic expectation ba ang self-control sa mga young men and women? Lalo na sa mga nakakakita sa TV at sine ngayon. Or napapanood siguro na expose.
Diba, so for the Pakutana, what is the proper response to the stimulus? Kaya ang problema daw kung daghan daw sa mga bataan karoon na ang sexually active, hindi ba ang RH bill response lang sa sexual activity sa mga youth karoon? Well, in a way, when you talk about response mako, ang dating kasi sa amin, diba? How to properly respond to such a problem, you have to study the issue. Mabito lang gingon na ako na while the RH bill posits itself as a comprehensive solution, pangutan po may kung kaning pagka-comprehensive ba niya nga solution, wala ba'y kadikit nga issue, wala ba'y side effects kumbaga, diba? Comprehensive din siya nga issue. So if you have different solutions masked under one comprehensive bill, what are the side effects? And we say that the RH bill is not the way to go. How does the RH bill try to address that? Diba, mandatory sex education daw. That they will require students from grade 5 to 4th year high school to undergo a certain sex education. Now the question is that the way to go? Is that the proper and safe way to go? We say, no. Because mandatory sex education entails so many risks. For one, it is not a separate sex education topic. It is a sex education module that is integrated in all relevant subjects. So, mahirap po ani, maayo ang tumo, pero ang epekto, maayo ba ka? Di ba? For example, kung mga anak ko nga, kung ako, di ba, when we look at the public school system, for example, can we expect our public schools to teach sex education, something that is very sensitive? Can we expect our public education sector to teach that appropriately? So di ako sunod ang senaryo mga maayo at tumok, pero ang epekto ka nga maayo po ka. Diba? That is questionable, and that's why we oppose the RH bill. Because there are many risks that are involved na walay garanti na di mahitabo ka itong opposite sa itong gusto ka mahitabo. Diba? Imbis ka maayo ako i-expect ay lain o gawa sa solusyon. So, it's very dubious. That's why we oppose it. Kasi we think that we believe that the solution is not in mandatory sex education. In fact, in our manifestos, we continually say, you support the role of the parents in rearing their children. You teach parents how to teach their children. You do not surpass the role of parents to teach their children. Kaya lagi, diba, when you go to the public school, itanggalan niyo ang parents sa ilang right to duty na tuluan nilang mga anak. Ang nahita mo, idiretso ka sa public school system. Well, yeah, ang public school system, there are so many needs in our public school system that we cannot expect our school system to effectively teach sex education. So instead of curbing sexual activity among teens, you actually risk, what's the word? You actually risk exacerbating the problem. Diba? For example, diba, if we look at a classic example in the United States where they implemented sex education, diba? They did curb sexual tendencies among teens. Perhaps, but the rates of abortion rose. Diba? Maraming kalakip na issue na makita na ito sa RH bill. And we see that it is not the solution. There are many issues that are involved in sex education. Mandatory sex education, for that matter, is not the solution.
When you get wounded, you don't just put bandage. You wash it and try to learn to avoid having it again. So, same with the teens. They claim that these teens can no longer control their sexual urge. Then you give condoms, you give pills, you give IUD. You attack the very core of the issue, of the problem, which is attack them with values formation. You just don't give away condoms for them to be in control of their sexual urge. So attack them with values formation, then later on you don't need to give away condoms and other contraceptives.
In addition to that, as I mentioned earlier, contraceptives, all these pills, all these condoms are actually just creating a culture of contraceptive mentality among the young people. And when we talk of contraceptive mentality, it isn't about really curing if it's, a sickness or whatever, but it is cutting corners. We are trying to shortcut matters, which we thought which we're trying to shortcut it, but it doesn't make things better, it makes it worse, because as we have studies, we can present to you studies from the US, from Europe, that would really prove that every country who would adopt the RH bill would automatically, in a matter of few years, would increase teenage pregnancies, STDs, AIDS, all this sexually transmitted disease. Because it encourages the act, because it is already free. It gives us the mentality that it's for everyone, and it could be prevented, the pregnancy could be prevented by just using condom or by just using pills. And as we have been espousing in all our fora, pills has side effects to women. So how could they say that it is for the welfare of the women or for the welfare of the young people if it would eventually cause cancer, if it would eventually cause contraceptive mentality to our youth? So, in the end, it is a sugar-coated bill saying that for the welfare of women to avoid cancer, etc., etc., but it's the other way around.
In addition, what kind of mentality do we want to instill our young people? The mentality of a casual sex, that it's okay to have sex as long as you are safe. So it really opposes it's really against our Filipino values.
So actually, control na lang muna po our call to solidarity, especially again to the youth of Cebu. No? As we expressed our united opposition na ito po nalagay sa kanila, hopefully we want to replicate that same kind of manifesto of support here in Cebu. So again, we will forward this youth manifesto, we will forward copies of the manifesto to everyone, and hopefully youth groups here in Cebu would adapt this, sign this manifesto, and if need be, we will send their signed manifestos to our representatives, to the rest of the representatives sa kauluhan, sa Manila, para makita nila kung saan ang tingog sa kabataan karon, di ba? As we are saying, this is our voice, and this is going to be our vote. So, our politicians better heed this call. Okay, what we're asking here is not just it's not just a narrow-minded request na oppose the RH bill. No, it's not just that. Diba? Oppose the RH bill, but in a greater sense, in a deeper sense, invest in this country. You know, your efforts should go to the things that the youth really need. Hinahanap ba rin sa kabataan ng RH bill? No way, it destroys our future. But we're asking our legislators to secure our future. And hence, oppose the RH bill, plus go for bills that actually invest in our people.
I don't know if you are aware that one of the provisions in the RH bill, it says that the government will spend 14 billion pesos a year for the purchase of contraceptives. Our government cannot even spend buying paracetamol, basic medicines, antibiotics, and to give it away for free to our less fortunate citizens. And here we are, the government is giving away contraceptives that is worth 14 billion pesos a year. So it's an insult to our young people. And instead of spending into education, to basic medicines, now the government is considering contraceptives as part of the essential medicines. Meaning to say that will be part of the budget of the Department of Health.
You should then. Question number 2.
I saw you poster your raising your hand. Do you have a question? So, for the last almost 2 weeks, group of our organization, Pro-Life and Family Volunteers Incorporated Cebu, we have been fighting against the arrangement with back 4110, 3773, they came the 50, then now it's 44, right? So, thanks God, it was not approved. Maybe, not maybe, because of our prayer, okay? Now, another challenge, hopefully in the next three days, the bill will not be approved in both houses. And the question is, if and when worst comes to worst, there will be pressure, maybe by the president, to pass this bill into law, then he will be ready to sign. What will be our immediate action as a group or youth against the enslaved?
Sir, actually, we are already anticipating the worst. I mean, considering what happened in the impeachment trial, like how it was all we know railroaded by the government, with the support of the government at that, we are expecting the same kind of measure and pressure to be used against the RH bill, for the RH bill, for it to be passed at least in the Congress. So that's why we formed an alliance to be able to really gather numbers, because we all know that our legislators, they are afraid of numbers. Because 2013, when it comes, you know, all these districts, all these voters would be coming, more or less 50% would be coming from the youth. And if the youth could, you know, all our fellow youth could help us support on supporting the pro-life legislators, then they would have second thoughts on whether to help approve the bill. I think it's the same with how Chief Justice Coron has been impeached. We all know that all the senators who actually impeached him didn't really, you know, impeach him for the merit. The Chief Justice has been impeached because he was publicly tried and he was publicly judged. And it would have the same merit for the bill. So we will be as vigilant as we could be, the young people, the other sectors, the other pro-life sectors, to, you know, make this bill, to stop this bill from being passed, at least in the House of Representatives. And we have signed a manifesto, the one p-noy read earlier. We will be giving this to all the legislators that we will be supporting them in 2013 if they help us, the young people, the nation, to stop this bill from being passed.
And although, sir, we are expecting for the worst, as Peggy has mentioned, we wanted to prevent also that to happen. That is why in our region, the National Capital Region, we are sending out copies of our manifesto, our consolidated statement to our respected congressmen, and invited them for a dialogue so that we can express and manifest to them our objection to the RH bill.
No, on the last note, no, kung mapasa doon yung RH bill, kung pasabot na doon ang gobyerno, huwag dyan pakialam sa kuwan, diba? Huwag dyan pakialam sa welfare, sa mga kabataan ba. At the end of the day, that will only show that our government is for the division of the Filipino people and not for its unity. So when you are under a government that's more for division than for unity, what do? You seek unity. Diba? We record we find courses of action that will go for unity. Of course, we do not discount the fact that the Supreme Court is still there for judicial review. You know? So we will fight there. The battle will wage on. Only atong, you know, you should remember this, that if and when this bill gets passed, the battle wages on. Because this is a battle. This is a debate between the goodness or badness of the RH bill. When it gets passed, the debate will never cease. The debate will go on. Ang problema lang yun, mabasa ang RH bill, debate pa rin, mapreso yan. Diba? So you see how it steps on individual rights of people. Because the RH bill considers this, kanina press con, this considers it as a prohibited act. So mag-press con mapreso ni, we're just expressing, diba, our disgust over what the RH bill will want to do. And if we keep on doing this, if and when the RH bill gets passed, mapreso ni, what kind of a country is that? Diba? Kung magkamatayan na, bahala na. Basta we know we're standing for what is true, for what is right. Diba? So,
Marco, we are so grateful that these young people all over Manila are here to express their support and make their stand clear that young people will be the #1 voters for 2013 election. being the one to be affected if the bill is passed, are totally saying no to our bill. Okay?